They say silence is golden, but at my age, I can tell you, silence also has a cost. A cost I paid with friendships, with family, with chances I'll never get back. I kept my mouth shut to keep the peace. I swallowed the hurt. I smiled when I should have spoken up. And looking back, I wish I'd had the courage to say something. If you're over 60 and you think it's better not to stir things up, I beg you, listen to what silence really took from me. Because sometimes saying nothing says everything. You know, there were moments when people walked all over me, and I let them. Not because I was weak, no, but because I thought, what's the point? A neighbor once borrowed tools and never returned them. I said nothing. My daughter snapped at me in front of the grandkids. I smiled and stayed quiet. Even at church, someone took credit for my volunteer work, and I just nodded, thinking, at least the job got done. But here's what I didn't see then. Silence builds walls. People start thinking it's okay, that you don't mind, that you don't care. The truth is, I did care. I cared deeply, but I was too scared of being a burden, too afraid of confrontation, too tired of drama. And that silence, it turned me invisible. Eventually, they stopped asking, stopped including me. I lost my place in conversations I once helped start, all because I chose peace over presence. This one hurts to say out loud. There was a friend, let's call her M. She confided in me, told me things her husband said, the way she always looked tired, the way she flinched when the phone rang. I knew something wasn't right, but I told myself it's not my business. I stayed silent. Years later, she moved away, and a few months after that, she passed. No one talked about it, but I kept wondering, what if I had said something? What if I had asked more, offered help, pushed gently? Sometimes silence isn't kindness. Sometimes it's fear dressed up as manners. Another time, a neighbor was being mocked by younger folks at a social event. Right in front of everyone. I laughed nervously, didn't join in, but didn't stop it either. I should have spoken. I should have stood beside her. Because silence doesn't just hurt us. It leaves others standing alone too. Love, regret, gratitude, grief. All those big feelings that sat in my chest like stones. I wanted to tell my brother that I forgave him, that the fight from 1987 didn't matter anymore. I wanted to tell my mother that I missed her cooking, that I understood now the things she went through, that I wished I'd hugged her more. I wanted to tell my first love that, well, that part of me never stopped loving him, but I didn't. I thought I had time. Oh, how foolish that thought was. People leave. Sometimes in a blink, sometimes in slow silence. And then those words you carried, they turn into stones you drag behind you. Saying what you feel doesn't make you weak. It makes you real. After 70, we carry so much that was never spoken, but imagine the peace of just saying it. Here's what I know now. Silence can be a shield, yes, but sometimes it's a prison. I stayed silent thinking I was protecting relationships, but often I was just avoiding growth. The people I lost, some drifted, some died, some just gave up trying to understand me because I never let them in. And now when I see someone holding back, biting their tongue, I want to grab their hands and say it. Say what you need to say. Kindly, clearly, with love, but say it. The phone call you've been avoiding? Make it. The apology you're too proud to give? Offer it. The truth you've been sitting on for years? Let it breathe. Because in the end, we're not remembered for the peace we kept, but for the truth we lived. Speak now while your voice still has power. If any part of this felt familiar, please know you're not alone. Staying silent may feel safe, but it's not always kind, not to others, and definitely not to yourself. We don't get a second chance to say the words that matter, so say them now. Share this video if it touched something inside you. Leave a comment, even one word. And most of all, don't stay quiet about your truth any longer. Subscribe to Elder Words, where we speak the things most people keep hidden and find healing in doing so. Your voice matters, your story matters, and it's never too late to speak up.